Are we heading for another housing bubble? Let's take a look. Hi, my name's Danny Halsell, and I'm a real estate agent with Next Home Victors out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. And today we are going to be talking about the real estate market and is there a possibility of another housing bubble? The housing market is definitely going through a course correction. Right now, the mortgage rates have increased about 2%, but all indications show that prices will continue to rise, but not at the escalation that they have been in the past 2 years. Instead of seeing 18-20% increase, you'll see more of a 5% appreciation. We're also seeing the past couple of months little to no more bidding wars. Home prices are beginning to stabilize a little bit, but we do still have historical low inventory. Although it might feel like we're headed in the same direction, it's important to keep in mind that 2022 is not 2008. We're going to touch upon 4 points today that will help explain this. We're going to talk a little bit about credit score, subprime lending, inventory, and unemployment. The first comparison between 2008 to 2022 is credit standards. There were very loose credit standards back in 2008. Banks were giving away money. You could get a loan if your credit was as low as 500. Sometimes your credit score wasn't looked at all. Today, the banks take your credit very seriously. You need at least a 620 average credit score or higher. FHA might be a little bit leaner. VA, I'm not quite sure on that either. Talk to the mortgage people about that, but it is a much tighter credit standard in 2022. Second thing that's different about 2008 to 2022 is the extensive subprime lending that was in 2008. Because they were not paying attention to credit scores, they were offering all of these incredibly creative loans called subprime loans. So the rates may have been a little bit higher for people with lower credit. But what they would do to get around that is offer a 0% down loan. Unfortunately, people didn't realize that in 1 to 2 years, it was going to be an adjustable rate loan. And there may have been a balloon payment done at that time. And then all of a sudden, your interest rates were going up to 5-6%. That could add an average of, $500 to $1,000 a month payment. So people were losing their homes because they couldn't afford to make those payments. In 2022, there's very little subprime lending, if any. And again, that's due to the changes from the federal government. The other difference between 2008 and 2022 is that in 2008, there was an abundant supply and a huge surge in buildings. Building started to really take off in new construction. Early 2000, I know when we built our house in 2003, it was much more affordable to build a home and then put our yard in and kind of grow from there, as opposed to buying a home that was already built and lived in for a while. So we ended up building. New construction was doing very, very well. So we had a surplus of housing by the time the 2008 crash happened. Today, we have an extremely low inventory, and new construction is really struggling. I know in Ann Arbor area, I live in Chelsea, that the builders can't build a home for under $500,000. That just affordable housing is very difficult because of the supply and the demand and the lack of contractors. So again, 2022, low inventory. 2008, we just had a surplus of inventory. The fourth consideration is unemployment rates. Unemployment rates in 2008 were skyrocketing. 2008 early, it was about 5%. By the time you got to the end of 2009, it had already escalated up to 10%, and that's where it topped out. Today, if you look at our unemployment rate, people are begging people to work, and our employment rate is about 3.6% at this time. So those are the key factors that are going to pretty much, I believe, keep us out of the bubble. But I would like to leave you with the finance guru and author Dave Ramsey. This is his take on the housing market today. He says, quote, "Right now is the best time to buy a house in the next 5 years. And here's why. Prices are not going to go down. They're going to go up, but slower. But They're not going to go down. And so 5 years from today, houses are going to be more expensive. So this is the best price right now if you're going to buy a house. If interest rates go back down, refinance. But do not buy waiting on interest rates to come down now. Again, Dave Ramsey quote. Thanks for watching today. If you found this information useful, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more information about real estate and more each week.